What if I told you that most men over 60 are not getting the full benefit of their body's natural testosterone and circulation, simply because no one ever told them the truth about food? Too many times, I meet men who say their doctors brushed off their questions with something quick, like, eat whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. But here's the shocking truth. Nothing could be further from reality. When energy collapses, when morning erections vanish, when intimacy fades, it's not always age. More often, it's because the body's internal systems have quietly broken down, and food can either accelerate that decline or become the tool that rebuilds it. The good news? Certain foods can quietly revive blood flow and vitality, restoring what time has taken. I'm Dr. Maya Kapoor, and after 3 decades helping men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, I want to take you behind the scenes, not with fluff, not with gimmicks, but with real science and real stories of how everyday foods can become your greatest allies. This is about manhood, blood flow, and confidence. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Every man past 60 has wondered, at least once, why things down there don't respond the way they used to. Some blame genetics. Others think it's medication. Many simply shrug and say, well, I guess that's just aging. But that resignation is dangerous because yes, genetics play a role. Stress and environment matter. But diet, the fuel you put into your body each day, has a direct hand in shaping your circulation, your testosterone, and even the health of your prostate. It's true that some foods can silently rob you of vitality, weakening your arteries, stiffening your blood vessels, and draining your drive. And disturbingly, they're often the very foods men grew up believing were safe. Processed meats, fatty deli slices, that charred bacon on a Sunday morning. These are more than innocent habits. Over time, they quietly damage the very systems that control erections and male performance. Think of grilled meats, for example. It's not about the steak itself, but what happens under high heat. The fat drips, smoke rises, and chemicals coat the meat with compounds that inflame blood vessels and reduce elasticity. And when your arteries lose flexibility, the first place you notice is in the most delicate part of your circulation, your manhood. That beautiful smoky flavor many love is also a quiet thief of nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for opening up blood vessels and allowing strong blood flow. Without it, the bedroom begins to feel like hard work instead of effortless connection. Now, I'm not here to tell you never to enjoy a grill again. Life is about balance. But I want you to know the truth and learn how to fight back. Small changes, like marinating with citrus or pineapple before cooking, add antioxidants that can neutralize much of that harm. Spices like turmeric or cumin can shield your vessels against damage. And just as important, don't make grilling an everyday habit. Once in a while, enjoy it. But know that too much smoke and char is not just a flavor issue. It's a circulation issue that shows up in your intimacy. Men often ask me, so, Dr. Kapoor, what should I eat if I want to feel alive again? And here's the simple but powerful answer. Your body is hardwired with 5 natural defense systems that protect not just against disease, but also against decline in male vitality. These are the same systems that regulate blood flow, restore tissue after wear, protect your DNA from aging too quickly, balance inflammation, and keep your hormones working in rhythm. And all 5 can be switched back on with the right foods. This isn't medicine versus food, it's medicine with food. Together, they build the foundation for stronger circulation, higher testosterone, and more natural energy than you felt in years. Let's begin with the first, blood vessel growth and repair. The scientific term is angiogenesis. When you're young, your body grows healthy vessels easily. sending blood effortlessly everywhere, including down there. But with age, blockages form, flexibility is lost, and blood can't flow as it once did. The result? Weaker erections, slower recovery, less desire. The solution? Foods that naturally open those blood vessels again. Tomatoes, soy, green tea, coffee, berries, even oily fish rich in omega-3s. These are not exotic powders. They are everyday foods with extraordinary power to restore circulation. In fact, I remember David, a 71-year-old patient who had stopped believing in natural solutions after adding blueberries and walnuts to his morning routine. Within weeks, he told me, "Doc, I didn't think something so simple could make that kind of difference." But it did. His vessels were responding. His mornings felt alive again. But circulation is only one piece of the puzzle. The second defense is regeneration, the body's ability to repair and replace what's been worn down. After 60, the tissues of the pelvic floor, the prostate, even the sensitive nerves in your manhood don't bounce back as quickly. That's why many men feel weaker sensations or notice longer recovery times. Yet certain foods can actually encourage regeneration, helping your body rebuild from the inside out. Purple potatoes, for example, contain anthocyanins that support blood vessels and nerve repair. Green tea and coffee help eliminate damaged cells so new, healthier ones can take their place. Frank, one of my patients in his late 60s, laughed when I told him to add purple potatoes to his plate. Potatoes? Really? But within months, he noticed not only better energy, but also stronger control in moments of intimacy. What felt impossible began to feel natural again. The third defense is your gut microbiome. You may not think of gut bacteria when you think about erections, but you should. The 39 trillion bacteria living in your gut play a massive role in inflammation, hormone regulation, and blood flow. When those bacteria are out of balance, inflammation rises like a hidden fire, damaging the vessels that carry blood to your penis. But when they are nourished properly, they produce compounds that lower inflammation and boost nitric oxide. Foods rich in fiber, beans, lentils, avocados, raspberries, even humble mushrooms, feed the good bacteria and calm the system. Yogurt, kimchi, and sauerkraut add probiotics that restore balance. I remember George, a retired teacher, who had been struggling with bloating, fatigue, and low drive. Simply by shifting his breakfast to oats with chia seeds, blueberries, and yogurt, his gut settled, his energy rose, and intimacy with his wife felt possible again after years of disappointment. The fourth defense is DNA protection. Now, I know that might sound technical, but let me explain. Every erection, every surge of testosterone, every intimate moment depends on healthy DNA. But oxidative stress slowly chips away at it, weakening tissues, slowing responses, and raising prostate risks. But foods like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and bok choy contain compounds that guard your DNA, protecting your cells from aging too quickly. When Alan, a 70-year-old former athlete, added a handful of broccoli sprouts to his lunch, he wasn't expecting much. But weeks later, he reported clearer focus, more consistent morning erections, and a sense that his body was no longer slipping away from him. Protecting DNA isn't about science in a lab. It's about protecting the blueprint of your manhood every day through what you eat. The fifth defense is immunity and inflammation control. Think of inflammation as the silent enemy of erections. It stiffens blood vessels, lowers testosterone, irritates the prostate, and leaves you feeling drained, but foods can cool that fire. Blueberries, chili peppers, nuts, and even simple whole-fat yogurt contain compounds that reduce inflammation while supporting immune strength. Walter, one of my patients, once described it perfectly. "Doc, I feel like my body's thermostat finally reset." His joints ached less, his mood lifted, and his erections returned with a confidence he thought was gone forever. Now, you might wonder, if these foods are so powerful, why haven't more doctors talked about them? The truth is simple. Most medical training includes little to no nutrition. When I went through my own years of study, I had just a handful of lectures on food. I had to learn the rest through decades of practice, patient stories, and scientific research. Many doctors are brilliant at prescribing medication or performing surgery, but they were never taught how deeply food connects to manhood, circulation, and vitality. The system is slowly changing, but you can't afford to wait for change. Your body is asking for help now. And the beauty is, you don't need permission to start. The evidence is undeniable. In one major study, men who ate just 2 servings of nuts per week improved their circulation and hormone balance dramatically. Another study revealed that patients who didn't respond to modern treatments were missing one crucial gut bacteria, the same bacteria that grows when you eat pomegranates, cranberries, and even chili peppers. These foods are not side notes. They are lifelines. They shape your ability to respond to intimacy, to wake up with energy, to live with confidence after 60. So, what should you do today? Start small. Choose one food hack and commit to it. Maybe it's adding a handful of walnuts with breakfast. Maybe it's blending watermelon with pomegranate juice as an afternoon drink. Maybe it's replacing processed meat with salmon or tuna twice a week. Each step you take signals to your body, I am still alive. I still want to feel. I still deserve vitality. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even their 80s rediscover themselves through these simple choices. James, a 74-year-old grandfather, told me he had resigned himself to fading away quietly. But after 3 months of consistent food changes, berries, nuts, and broccoli sprouts, he called me with a tremor in his voice. "Dr. Kapoor, I feel like I'm back in my own body again." That's the power of nourishment. Not quick fixes, not pills, but daily acts of care that rebuild you from the inside out. Remember this, aging doesn't mean fading, it means adapting. And when you adapt with wisdom, with the right foods, and with a respect for your body's natural systems, you don't just survive, you thrive. The fire of manhood may quiet with time, but it never disappears. It waits for you to feed it, to respect it, to believe in it again. So tonight, when you sit down to eat, ask yourself, will this meal take me further away from my vitality or closer to the man I still am? The choice is yours. And the results? More energy, stronger intimacy, deeper confidence are waiting on the other side. I'm Dr. Maya Kapoor, and if this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which food will you begin with today? Share your answer below. And if you want more guidance to stay strong, confident, and connected after 60, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next video. And if you know a friend who needs this message, share it with him. You never know how much hope it could bring. Your manhood still matters. With 5 simple food hacks, you can revive what you thought was lost and live the next chapter with strength and joy.